Now, eye masks are fantastic. They're blindfolds and they're usually made from a nice silky satin material, so they're really nice against your skin. Got really pretty detail. Satin ties, so one size fits all, and they're fantastic for shutting off your sight. So you close down one sense and everything else is heightened, meaning you're going to get a fantastic experience. If you just give that a feel. How nice and soft is that?
Very soft.
So I was just
Lovely.
watching the VT then for a second. I got distracted. Right, OK.
But it is really nice, and also, to top it all off, you get a good night's sleep afterwards as well.
Well, I was just going to say that would run the risk of putting just falling asleep.
Is it true that somebody doesn't necessarily have to touch you to give you an orgasm? You can reach that place by just in your own mind?
Yes.
So hang whoa there, because that's like... So what do you think about?
The coolest thing is orgasm takes place in the brain. So we all think it happens down there.
Yeah.
Orgasm takes place in the brain. So as long as you have a brain and at least part of your spinal cord, you can achieve orgasm without anyone even touching you.
Bruce Barraclough was a rackety local racehorse trainer who enjoyed a lot of extramarital sex.
I had me leaning.
We have 2 bejewelled nipple clamps.
Ah, that's what they were.
That's what they were, yeah. They are squeezy nipple clamps. We've got little silicone rubber tips, so nice and comfortable, and you just pop them on your nipples. Beautiful beads there for a bit of decoration, and they make your nipples more erect and more sensitive by encouraging blood flow once again. And you can put them on your ears or hang your clothes out to dry with them. No,
I just
nice
wonder
little
how
decoration.
to feel how much
Give it a
grip there
go.
is on those. Because for reasons of decency, obviously we don't have a VT for this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, we do have your ears, which is fantastic. Oh my God!
There's a proper grip on those. Why?
It's a means of it being able to escape from life, get away from the sort of day-to-day busyness that you sort of live in, and just have a chance to chill and relax and have fun with the sort of simple things of life, like a chew toy or sort of hair scritches and that kind of thing. So a chance to unwind, chill and clear the mind, really.
But why not yoga? Why not meditation?
I don't quite know, to be honest. It's just what I've sort of ended up building up as a reputation for myself to be.
And how does that build up? I mean, where do you go from? Well, how do you get to this? Because your normal job, you're a sound and lighting technician at a theatre. You don't really like being in the spotlight.
No, that's very true.
So,
how did I get to it? It came about because we sort of saw the sort of costume on the internet, on eBay, and purchased that one. And from there, it sort of became like a sort of an alternative ego, sort of a chance to dress up and role play. You do it as a child, and why can't we do it as adults, really?
People are going to be very intrigued. I was absolutely fascinated by this. Tell us where this started. Because you've had relationships, you've had several boyfriends, you've lived with your boyfriends.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like you've always been on your own.
No.
So where did you decide to marry yourself? Why?
Well, I guess it was a couple of years ago. I was sort of lying in bed one morning, having just recovered from quite a bad breakup. And you know that sort of feeling you get when you rediscover yourself and you kind of start feeling back more in control. And I was just so happy because I spent a lot of time single in my 20s and I was always really happy single. So I kind of just felt really happy to be returning to myself, and I wanted a way to celebrate that. You know, lots of couples have ways to celebrate the milestones they go through, and I was like, I want to. So I decided to write a novel about a girl who marries herself, and I just did a bit of research, and it was more the investigation which kind of made me want to go through with it more. I wrote to Brighton and Hove Ceremonies office and said, you know, is it possible? And they were quite curt in their response. They said, you know, no, marriage is a union between one man and one woman to the exclusion of everybody else. We cannot help you. And I don't like being told no, so I carried on.
That made you even more determined?
More determined. Yeah. I did more research. I wrote this novel called Happily, which is very much about this, quite based on my life. And by the end of the book, I was so keen on the idea and the concept that I thought I need to do this myself.
And is it going well with yourself?
It's going really well. I'm still in the honeymoon period, I think.
So you haven't had a row with yourself yet or anything? Or...
You know, there's always ups and downs, but for better or worse, I think, you know, it's a daily sort of climb, really.
Mm-hmm. And Sophie, what happens if you ever meet someone else? Will you have to divorce yourself?
Well, so, I've been asked this a lot. I think divorcing yourself is quite harsh because it's quite a journey to get there to marrying myself. And divorcing yourself means that you couldn't live with yourself, which is not a great place to be.
No,
so,
tricky place to be.
Yeah, tricky. But I've also been asked, would you cheat on yourself? And I just have to, marrying yourself is not really about being a nun or being a celibate. You can still embrace other meaningful relationships.
Yes, and it's more like, it's not so much cheating as a threesome, really, wouldn't it be? So,
I guess a threesome.
So you bring both of you along. Well, yeah,
that's it.
You've had different procedures done. So you've had sort of cheek fillers, brow fillers, lip fillers, Botox, nose procedures, facial peels. So all lots of things here. Nothing too drastic. I mean, there's a lot of makeup that you've got on, the hair dye and the clothes, and this, that, and the other.
The contact lenses.
Contact lenses, of course. It's the next step now. And this is your £130,000 worth of surgical plans. And these aren't really reversible. These are permanent. And these involve removing parts of your anatomy that other people hold on to quite tightly.
Yes. So my next steps would be to possibly remove my genitals, my nipples, my belly button, just to kind of give me a complete blank, unsexual, sexless look.
And so where will you get that done? Can you get that done in the States?
Oh, absolutely not. There are so many rules and laws against that. Obviously, for the safety, it's not done a lot, obviously. So I would be looking more towards 2 doctors in Sweden and 1 in Thailand for these procedures.
Because Ryland, the book's coming out.
It is The Life of Ryland. I know, what a title. And I've got to credit Lorraine Kelly there, because 3 years ago, when I come off X Factor, she went, oh, you should do a reality show called The Life of Ryland. And I went, ah, and I thought, book. So, cheers, Lowell.
When's that out?
It's coming out June the 30th. It's on pre-order now, though.
But you have...
I've written it myself.
I know you have, because
I'm
lived
just putting it out there. No ghostwriter, no, ooh, none of that.
No.
Wrote it all myself, my own fair
every
fingers.
time we're working, he's going, I've got to go home now because I've got to write another chapter.
Got to write me book, babes.
I hope I'm getting an advance copy. Are we in it, by the way?
You're not just in it. There is actually a personal dedication to the two of you in there. I'm not going to say anything more, but I've always said you have very much helped me over the past 4
Will it
years.
choke us up? Will it make us teary?
Stop it. You thought the tablets get you teary. You wait till you read the book, babe.
I mean, you're terribly honest, because we asked you in the research chat, you know, said, why do you keep writing? You said, well, because I've got a big house and I need to pay for it. But interestingly, your bank manager, and I don't know what this is...
That's a true story. That's shocking.
It's shocking.
Shocking.
He said, I don't think your dirty little book will get you out of trouble.
Yes, well, he came down for the weekend, and we invited him to lots of people, and we were very, very poor, but we were coping. And he sat down on the terrace and said, lovely old property, but you have to sell it. Don't think your dirty little book will get you out of trouble.
And what did you say?
Well, I said, I cried. And I didn't even say goodbye to him, because he went back to London after his lovely weekend. And then, of course, Riders went to #1.
And then
Did you change your bank?
I did.
You did?
Oh, good for
I'm
you.
glad. Your mum, who I know helped you with... In fact, you dedicated it to your mum.
I did. Well, this is my 3rd book, the first one she can read.
Yes, and that's what it says.
She hasn't
Rhoda,
learned how to
finally
read, by the
one
way.
you can read.
Yeah. She wasn't late to the reading. She's an avid reader. She reads a lot, and that's why I was very interested to know what she thought of it.
Well,
so she was one of the first people I sent it to.
Big compliment from her, because she said it didn't take her very long for her to not hear you.
Yeah, she said that she sort of forgot that I'd written it, which when she said that, I was like thrilled.
Yeah.
That was part of my plan.
But she did also go through the book, and you say it's very difficult not to put parts of you into it, that she did recognise a character she asked you to change.
No, it was a name. It was a name of a teacher. I stupidly, you think you're picking names out of a hat.
And it was the real one.
Yeah, and my mother was like, that person taught you at school. I'm like, oh, yeah.
You better change that.
Better change that.
Now, anatomy, of course, each chapter is named after a different piece of your body.
Yes, yeah.
I was disappointed to find that we were in the rump. So this is a story of you coming on here with asparagus.
Yeah, well, to let you know, I wrote the book, and halfway through I stopped it. I stopped writing it because I just found it a bit tough, because it was very raw and I was getting really in there, and I just stopped. And then on Chatty Man, I think a guest must have pulled out, we had a rumpologist on, and I bent over the desk and she was reading me fortune through me rump, and she went, why did you stop writing the book? I said, what? you've stopped writing the book. Write it, it'll be good. Honestly, she just read this through my bum, like this. How weird is that? And then it reminded me of the time me and Justin came on, and there was a woman, she read The Fortune by throwing asparagus on the floor. Do you remember that?
Yes, I will never forget.
Yeah, I know. And Justin was like, no, I'm not doing it. See, she says I die. I'm like, it's asparagus. How bad can asparagus be on the floor? You're gonna die.